Let me tell you about a brother I met at a barber shop. We'll call him DD. Had this dream to start a mobile detailing business. Folks laughed. Man, everybody washing cars now. He started anyway with a used van, some buckets, and a social feed with 12 followers. 8 of them his cousins. First month, crickets. Second month, a little noise. Third month, the engine in the van dies. Now he's on the curb, hot sun, empty wallet, and that devil of doubt whispering, "See, not for you." But D did 3 things. He prayed, he pivoted, and he persisted. He picked up a part, time-night shift to fix the van. He started offering first wash free to local businesses, and he posted every single job like it was a Super Bowl commercial. Year later, he's got 3 vans, 2 employees, and a contract with a dealership. Did a fairy godmother show up? No. The assignment stayed the same. D chose to stay in his lane until the lane opened up. When God has it for you, setbacks don't cancel it, they confirm it. Your destiny is reserved and cannot be stolen. And living from that truth changes how you handle pressure, people, and timing. Think about a reservation at a restaurant with your name on it. Others may walk in ahead of you. Some may ask for the same table. But the host knows it's set aside. It isn't first come, first served, it's first assigned. Your calling works the same way. You don't have to scramble, panic, or beg for what already has your name on it. That doesn't mean you sit still. It means you work with a quiet confidence that the outcome is not determined by gossip, gatekeepers, or the speed of the crowd. People can delay you, but they can't delete you. They can underestimate you, but they can't undercut what heaven already wrote. If the door doesn't open, it's either the wrong door or the right door at the wrong time, not a verdict on your worth. So you shift your energy from chasing validation to building value. You practice when no one claps. You learn skills that match the weight of what you're asking for. You guard your character, because your character is the container that will hold the blessing when it arrives. And when fear tries to convince you that someone else took your place, you remind yourself there is no scarcity in purpose. Someone else's yes does not cancel yours. It confirms that doors still open for the prepared. Even your mistakes can't steal what's reserved. They become tuition, lessons that sharpen you for the next opportunity. Rejection doesn't prove it wasn't yours. Sometimes it proves you weren't ready. Grow. Return stronger. The table will still be there. Live like a person with a reservation, patient but active, humble but unshakable. Focused on being the version of yourself who can sit at that table without crumbling under the weight of it. Speak accordingly. Plan accordingly. Move accordingly. You are not at the mercy of algorithms, opinions, or detours. Keep your hands busy, your heart clean, and your eyes on the assignment. What God has for you will not arrive 1 second too late or 1 ounce too light. And when it shows up, it will fit you so well that the waiting will make sense. Setbacks confirm the assignment, not cancel it. Every time life throws an obstacle in your path, it's not a sign that you've lost your calling. It's a sign that the assignment is real. Nobody fights over something that doesn't matter. When you feel pressure, rejection, or delay, that's often proof that what you're chasing carries weight. Think about an athlete training for a championship. The tougher the drills, the more valuable the prize. Your setbacks work the same way. The closed doors you've run into, the people who overlooked you, the moments you thought it was over, they were not the end, they were preparation. God uses resistance as training ground. Without resistance, muscles don't grow. Without tension, character doesn't develop. So instead of reading every no as a dead end, learn to interpret it as confirmation. You're on a road that matters. Setbacks don't say, They say, grow here. They say, dig deeper, sharpen your skill, strengthen your faith. Too often we let a delay convince us it's denial when really it's refinement. A season of struggle doesn't mean your blessing was canceled. It means your blessing is too big to hand over to someone unprepared. You are being stretched so you can hold it. You're being tested so you can carry it with wisdom. And every person who tried to block you will end up as evidence that nothing could stop you. When you see it that way, your setbacks become fuel, not fear. You stop asking, why me? And start saying, try me. You learn to thank God even in the waiting. Because you realize the storm isn't punishment. It's a sign you're close to something valuable. Keep walking. Keep grinding. The blessing didn't disappear. It's gathering weight. And when it lands, you'll understand why the road wasn't smooth. Your setback was never the end of the story. It was the middle chapter that makes the ending powerful. When doors close, it's often protection, not rejection. We live in a world where every no feels like a personal attack, like somebody has stolen something that belongs to us. But what if that door wasn't meant for you in the first place? What if walking through it would have led you into a storm you weren't built to handle yet? See, God's no is rarely punishment. It's positioning. He closes doors you prayed would open because he sees danger, traps, or even premature success that could crush you instead of carry you. Think about it. Not every job, not every relationship, not every platform is safe. Some opportunities look shiny but are hollow inside. Some people clap for you but have knives behind their backs. If you walked through every door, you'd end up carrying baggage that was never yours. That's why a divine no is really a shield. Rejection hurts because we confuse it with worth. We think, if they didn't choose me, I must not be enough. But the truth is, your worth was never in their hands. That closed door isn't a verdict on your value. It's a redirection to something better. A locked gate means there's a different path reserved with your name on it. And sometimes God lets people walk out, lets deals fall through, lets opportunities disappear, because he knows you deserve something that won't betray you later. That closed door saves you from wasted years, from heartbreak, from detours that delay your assignment. So the next time you face rejection, don't crumble. Don't start begging for access that was never yours. Instead, shift your mindset. If this door is closed, it must not be my door. That posture frees you from desperation and positions you for divine timing. Because the right door, when it opens, won't require begging, forcing, or compromising who you are. It will swing wide because it was built for you, and you'll walk through with peace, not panic. Closed doors aren't curses. They are evidence that heaven is still guiding your steps. Trust that protection as much as you trust his promises. Because sometimes the biggest blessing isn't in what God gives, but in what he blocks. Jealousy can't override God's plan. You've got to understand, not everybody is going to clap when you win. Some people smile in your face and secretly hope you fail. Others can't stand that you keep getting back up after every fall. But here's the good news, that their jealousy doesn't cancel God's promise. Envy is powerless against destiny. When God decides to open a door for you, no hater, no critic, no jealous coworker, no friend turned enemy can close it. Their whispers, their schemes, their gossip, none of it carries authority over what heaven has already written about you. Too often, we give too much weight to people's opinions. We think because they don't like us, our future is at risk. But God doesn't consult your enemies before blessing you. He doesn't take a vote. He doesn't run a background check with your doubters. His plan is his plan, and it's unstoppable. If jealousy could kill destiny, Joseph would have died in that pit his brothers threw him in. But the very ones who hated him became the reason he ended up in Pharaoh's palace. That's what happens when God is in control. The jealousy of people becomes fuel for your elevation. So don't waste your time trying to explain yourself, convince people, or shrink so they'll feel comfortable. Your job isn't to manage their insecurity, it's to walk in your assignment. People will always talk. Let them. They'll always plot. Let them. Every scheme will collapse because God's plan is built on a foundation they can't touch. And the more they hate, the more it proves that something valuable is on your life. Nobody gets jealous of average. Jealousy is a backhanded compliment. It means you've got something they see but can't stop. Keep your eyes forward. Keep your spirit clean. Don't let bitterness creep in just because somebody else can't celebrate you. The truth is, you don't need their applause when you have God's approval. Jealousy can scream, but it can't rewrite the script. Your future is locked in God's hands, and His grip is stronger than their envy. Rejection is one of the hardest things to process because it feels personal. It feels like someone looked at you and said, "You're not good enough." But what if I told you that every rejection is really a redirection? What if the no you thought was blocking your blessing was actually guiding you to the door that was always meant for you? Sometimes God has to slam one door shut because He knows if you walk through it, you'll settle for less than His best. You think you lost an opportunity, but in reality, God just saved you from a trap. We often misinterpret rejection. We cry over the job that didn't call us back, the relationship that walked away, or the plan that fell apart. But what if that was God's way of saying, that's not where you belong? That's not who you're meant to be with. That's not the stage I built for you. Every no is making space for a bigger Wes. Joseph was rejected by his brothers, sold into slavery, and thrown into prison. But all of it was divine redirection to get him to the palace. If he hadn't been rejected, he never would have stepped into his real assignment. You've got to learn to see rejection as a form of protection. God isn't letting people push you away because you're unworthy. He's moving you out of harm's way because He knows what's ahead. The very thing you're upset about losing could be the thing that would have destroyed you if you had kept it. That relationship that broke your heart, maybe it was God's way of keeping you available for the one who will honor you. That business deal that fell apart, maybe it was clearing the space for a better one. Rejection hurts, but it's not the end. It's a pivot. It's a redirection towards something greater. When you trust God in those moments, you'll realize He's not subtracting from your life. He's making room for the multiplication that's coming. Don't get bitter when people walk away. Don't quit because a door shut in your face. Lift your head, keep moving, and remember, rejection is never the final word. It's simply a reroute on the road to your destiny. Would you like me to now write the conclusions for this speech in Steve Harvey's tone like we did for the previous ones? So hear me. You don't have to beg for what's already got your name on it. Let them talk. Let them doubt. Let the door close if it needs to. God's hand is bigger than their handle. Your job is simple. Keep your heart clean, keep your hands working, and keep your faith loud. Treat every setback like training, every no like protection, and every delay like preparation. When your moment comes, and it will, you won't just arrive, you'll be ready. You'll stand in rooms you once prayed for with peace, not panic, with purpose, not pride. And the same people who counted you out will have a front row seat to what God counted in. Walk forward. Don't shrink, don't rush, don't fold. What God has for you, nobody can take away, and when it lands, it'll fit you so perfectly the waiting will finally make sense. Now lift your head, take that next step, and go claim what's yours.